This is a question that a lot of people have in an organization, such as how do I turn my organization around? So generally you have random thoughts of people in the stairway and in the boardroom. So all of them discussing different things, like some people are worried about how to put my data in the cloud. Do I know my customers' needs enough? Are we heading in the right direction? Do we have the right people in the service mix? Is it the right time to change the architecture now? And if so, will we be able to capitalize on the change in architecture and win more customers? And also, how do we increase our sales? How do we increase our business footprint? How do we get our business value articulated to our customers? How do we enter new markets? And then how do we justify our investment in and increase our revenue throughput, and see more revenue coming in terms of our investment in money, tools and resources, and revenue guidance. So all of these requires people to actually orchestrate their act in different parts of the organization, get their act right. So as an architect who is playing his role at an enterprise level, he can mix and match the needs of the stakeholders across the lines of business, across functional domains, across technology areas, across various burning issues that can be set right in the organization for improved productivity and overall turnaround of the business. So what tools does he use as an architect? What frameworks does he use? I mean, how does he get everybody aligned to his vision of doing things? How does he get people to buy into his idea of improving things? So all of this is what goes in and is part of the day-to-day job of an architect who's playing his role at an enterprise level. So how does he help in people to move from to be architecture to as is architecture to be architecture? How does he help them to scale the current demands on in terms of performance, scalability, and all the non-functional requirements? How does he act as a go-between the customers and the management? And how does he get the operations people, the project management teams, the stakeholders aligned to getting something done in the right time with the right amount of resources? So all of this requires an architect to be familiar with the frameworks and tools, and what methodology does he use, whom does he meet first, and in what order does he plan his activities. So all of this is part of what involves as a toolkit that an architect needs to carry from time to time to ensure that all the stakeholders are happy and the organization is able to turn around. So there's another interesting aspect to the functioning of an enterprise, which is that of how do you increase this turnaround and maximize maximize revenue and minimize risk. How do you mitigate your risk? How do you handle risk efficiently? How do you meet up with potential customers and solve their pain points by keeping in mind agility as the topmost concern, because as organizations are doing a turnaround, they're expected to keep a lean and mean ratio in terms of the spend to what is expected from the spend ratio. So what agile practices do you use, and how do you manage multiple changes within an organization and still orchestrate it into the grand vision of your company's requirement? So all of this would be part of the turn your organization around. So and of course the enterprise architect here plays role of that of a very important person who is juggling around with all these facts and figures.